What's going on? It's Big A the Man Geek coming at you with another video. This one's going to be a little bit different. This one's going to be more like a list of different Marvel books that I think are worth actually buying at the moment. I know Marvel is a little SJW heavy and there's like weird stuff going on and yada yada yada. But here's a few Marvel books that I think you should be reading right now. And that's a list of 5 Marvel books I think you should be reading right now. Number 1. Spirits of Vengeance. I think this book is proven to be pretty good. Like, it's got decent art, it's got a decent story, good characters. It kind of gives you an idea of the spiritual, demonic underworld of the Marvel Universe, and that's the kind of stuff it's getting into. You've got a team of characters who are related to that part of Marvel, and they're doing a pretty okay story so far. It's only in its 2nd issue. I believe it's a 6-issue miniseries. So I think it's definitely worth you getting your hands on it. 2. Charles Soule's Daredevil. Now, Charles Soule has been writing Daredevil for a little while now. It's been pretty good, to be honest. Like, I've really enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty decent. It's consistently good is how I'd describe it. And yeah, it's actually worth buying. It's not the greatest, but it's definitely not the worst. And I think in terms of kind of its content and all that, it's not action heavy. It's not like Wade's run, how it was all kind of like adventure Daredevil kind of thing. It's different than that. I'd say it has more in common with the Netflix Daredevil show than Mark Wade's run did. And I think it has a much slower tone, which some people are really going to appreciate. The Mayor Fisk storyline has started, which the 1st issue of that was pretty good. I quite enjoyed it. So yeah, give Daredevil a look, buy it. 3. Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, I know I'm only like one of 5 people that actually reads this book, but it's actually pretty decent. Like, there's been a variety of artists in there, so it's been quite jarring, but other than that, it's actually been pretty good at kind of like setting up the characters, getting them all in there, and they're doing a story whereby they bring the Nova Corps back, which is pretty cool because I don't know jack about Nova, so I'm pretty pleased that they're doing that. And yeah, man, it's Guardians in it, so it's like comedy, space stuff, and give it a read, obviously. Like, it's Guardians. Who doesn't like Guardians? Well, actually, there's loads of people that don't like Guardians. But in terms of Marvel, it's actually a pretty good Marvel book. 4. Punisher, the Platoon. If you've ever seen any war movie and you've enjoyed it, you're gonna like Punisher, the Platoon, because that's what it is. It's a war story. It takes place during Vietnam, and brutal, it's violent, it's bloody, and it's a Max comic as well, a Marvel Max comic. So if you're into kind of like really adult, grown-up kind of storytelling, I think you're gonna quite enjoy it. Like, the story is kind of told in, well, there's an author talking to people who are part of Frank Castle's Platoon, and it's like a flashback kind of story where they're saying, okay, this happened, that happened. This is the kind of person Frank Castle was, and it's actually pretty good. So you should definitely check out Punisher, the Platoon. And now the final book I think that you should be reading from Marvel at the moment is going to be a bit of a surprise to you, but I actually think that book is Captain America by Mark Waid. It's just had its 1st issue recently, so there's not a lot to say about it. It is, I've got to admit, I can't lie to you, it is SJW light, but at least it's SJW light and not SJW full fat. So, you know, it's actually worth the read. Like, the art is really great, and what happens in the book is actually really good as well, and quite fun and quite interesting. Some of you, it may be a bit too much SJW for you, but for me, I thought it was like tolerable. But hopefully the rest of the series were pretty good, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing as to, you know, how they pull off the rest of that story, and as to where they go with it, and as to what they can do with it. I think there's a lot of potential to have kind of like, although this isn't really Steve Rogers, to have like classic Steve Rogers back in a way. So yeah, I mean, I definitely think that the 5 books you should be picking up are Spirits of Vengeance, Daredevil, Guardians of the Galaxy, Punisher, the Platoon, and Captain America. I think out of all the books that Marvel are currently doing, those are 5 of the best current ones. So if you're going to spend your money on anything Marvel, you know, if you left Marvel and you want to come back, these are definitely the 5 books that I think that you should be buying. Let me know as to whether you agree, disagree. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification, share, and as always, I'll catch you on the next one.